pop in for a second. Everybody needs to see my beautiful daughter. There's Hilda.
One of them.
All right.
Bronchitis break.
Followed by dance break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back. To the Boozy Cinnamon Roll, and we are a lifestyle channel. I am Judson, your host. This is my dear friend, Mrs. Powell, my co-host.
Oh, dear friend. It's true.
It's true. It's true. She formerly had a life as a deer. Now she's a mom. Oh, a deer. I don't know. So we are the geniuses behind Day Drinking and Crafting, where we do a little imbibing during daylight hours and create a wonderful, charming little DIY craft for you to enjoy. And so yeah, we're gonna get started. Today's drink of choice, Irish cream. We're not sponsored. I should have shown you the back. Irish cream. We're not sponsored, but like I said, if alcohol company felt like sponsoring us, we wouldn't say no. I mean, that would be
It's totally gonna happen.
totally gonna happen. All right, so, and these are cute little coffee cups
really
because
are
it's
cute.
like, they're espresso cups, but it's good for Irish cream. I do like it. Any rumors that my friend Jay in Texas, known as Texas Jay, puts Irish cream in his cereal is just that. It's a rumor that I started.
What are we doing today, Judson?
What are we doing today? I'm glad you asked, Amy. Today is all about trash to treasure. And I would like you to know
that you are the trash?
I am the trash. She is the trash.
I'm the treasure.
I have been looking in my family's trash for a week and have to share that it's just trash. There is no treasure. So instead of looking in the trash, I just went around the house and kind of like saw some things that maybe could go in the trash. I did want to show you this. I had a fun craft that involved this broken picture frame, but I hadn't managed to figure out how to fix the picture frame.
Well, what would it hold?
Well, I have the glass behind you.
Oh.
So there's a whole like stained glass double swirl with, yeah, we'll probably do that on another day, but I couldn't get it to stay. Like it. So yeah, trash that probably should be trash.
It's just gonna stay trash.
Yeah, unless I can figure out how to fix it. He'll just said throw it.
I said glue it.
Glue it.
Glue
Okay,
it.
glue it. All right. So trash to treasure. So the first one involves these little cups. This is a wee OUI yogurt cup, and this is like a little supplement cup, like the supplements came in it and now it's gone. And we are going to
This is a yogurt?
yeah, the wee yogurt.
And they come in glass?
With a little like foil paper lid kind of.
Fancy.
It is. And apparently people really like DIYing with the wee yogurt cups. So number one, there was reports that you can't find the wee yogurt in your grocery stores all the time because people keep buying it up and using it for DIY crafts. Number two, you can buy replacement lids that are not foil and paper, but that are like permanent lids off of Amazon, so that when you craftify your wee yogurt thing, you have like a little lid that you can use to. Isn't that like?
That is quite the business model.
Quite the business model. So what we're gonna do, we are gonna upcycle
I think that's what you say.
Upcycle.
I'm gonna
We're
say-
going to take something that is trash and turn it into something that's a little more high end, a little more First Street, as it were. So, and what we're going to do, I have this, unwinding ball of jute cord that we're going to use to, ooh, look, this may be just the size I need. That we're going to use. And I think that what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to wrap the cord around the top. Don't know if you can see, but there are ridges, like from where there was a lid. The threading. So I'm going to hide that, mask that by doing a little hot, you know what?
Glasses?
Glasses.
There you go.
It sucks getting old.
Glasses on?
Glasses on. I mean, I either, when I have my glasses on, can't see the camera at all, and it's just sort of a blur up there. Or I don't have my glasses on, I see the camera just fine, but I can't see the crafting in front of me.
I do a lot of this.
Oh. I thought that you were just looking at our viewers disapprovingly, giving them that mom look. Don't make me count to 3. So every time that, speaking of mom looks, every time that Matthew has to deal with his cat and he'll slant, or he'll throw the door open. Ow! Be careful with the hot glue. That was sort of painful. He'll throw the door open to let the cat in, or he'll open the door angrily and boot the cat out.
Okay.
Or the cat will be on the wrong side of the door, hitting at the doorknob over and over and over to let Matthew know that the cat wants in his room or wants out of the room or whatever. Every time Matthew expresses exasperation with that, I remind him that he probably needs to call you and apologize. As a child, all children that spent time at Amy's were in and out and got to hear Amy say, pick one, in or out. You can't be coming back and forth. And then they would just come in and then go out the other door.
Well, the problem with it was that if I had the air conditioner going, and it's just door. So then I would just turn it off. That wasn't doing any good. I'm just wasting the energy.
What's that thing that, like, I'm not trying to air condition the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Is it dazzling?
I've tried to avoid that saying because that's such a cliche.
I feel like that really
I'm air conditioning the great outdoors.
Yeah, that really fell into Chris's purview.
You're right.
Like as a dad, that really, don't steal his material. All right. So I am gluing this jute cord around the threads on this one to make it look, more of a high-end finished product.
Fancy.
And then you're probably waiting on the glue gun.
I'm good.
You know what you're gonna do? You have a plan?
I have no plan.
No plan. And then when you've got it all the way around and you're ready to...
Is there gonna be some sort of like trimming?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the scissors. Scissors. See, even with the glasses, I can't see right in front of my face. Honestly, what am I doing? Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end. Be careful if you're playing with hot glue because it can hurt your fingers.
I'm sure other people don't know that.
Well, I don't want anyone to be, doing these crafts and being like, Judson and Amy were doing the string with the hot glue and he put his fingers in it and it led me to believe that, look, there's a hard and fast rule. If it's something you've seen me do,
don't do it.
Don't do it. I mean, these crafts are meant to like be an inspiration for you to look at what I did and do better. Like, ask yourself, What choices have led me to this place in my life? Now, so you probably can't see it, but there's a bunch of little fuzzies on here. A lot of people like to take a lighter and burn it off, but I don't have a lighter.
That seems kind of dangerous.
It's one of those things. It's like when you have a frayed edge on your jeans and you hold your lighter up to it and it just burns the frayed edge off. Okay. I was afraid to ask you for it.
I know, like where would it come from?
Yeah. If you haven't seen that video. But yeah, I could do it up here up close, but then I'm doing it kind of sort of out of my...
That seems, I don't know if you're accomplishing what you want there.
Well, a little bit. It's so you don't have like
the
little fuzzies. Plus, the chard, makes it look interesting.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a thing.
It feels fancy.
I am
already.
just following the trends. I mean, I saw other people do it, so, But so this is mine. Little cup, and then you can use it for, decor items. Like, say you had a bunch of...
Say you had a bunch of carrots.
DIY carrots that you had made.
Imagine that.
You now have a upscaled little container to hold them in. Or, if that's not really your vibe, or you wanted,
jam.
If you wanted to go with something that was a little, I don't know, more embellished, we do have these rub-on transfers that I got where, Amy? From the Dollar Tree. So they're super cheap and affordable.
Dollar Tree should sponsor us.
I feel like they don't have to sponsor anyone because everybody does these videos and talks about them for free. So these rub-on transfers, the way that they work, allegedly, we'll see, is you cut out, it's like a reverse sticker. You cut out the shape that you want. I'm gonna go for a shell.
Okay.
And then you lay it flat on your object, on your cup. And then you take like a card or a scraping tool or a...
Maybe you could use the side of the scissors.
I could do this. And you rub it. And as, okay, so you can see, as it starts to adhere to the cup, you can see like it's getting light where it's letting go of the paper and sort of grabbing onto that's the scissors, that's not the scraper thing, grabbing onto the cup and letting go of the sticker thing. And you probably want to hold the sheet down, or I've seen people tape it down, and now I'm seeing why, because my finger's not doing a great job of holding it. And just keep scraping until it's gone, and not gone, but it's no longer on here, and now it's on the cup. And then you take the thing and you just kind of buff it like that to get it to, I don't know, that's just how they do it. And then, see now, with the cord and I don't know if you can see the shell, but there, that's a little better. The shell and the cord, it's nautical. It's kind of a summery, beachy vibe,
Beachy.
Not farmhousey. It's more beachy.
Okay.
Okay. And so what's your plan?
Well, I was trying to get it to do some sort of like you tie it and then maybe get like kind of a cute little hanging off there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me that glue gun. It's time for some gluing.
Time for some gluing. So I meant to ask you, what is new and exciting in the true crime podcast world that I mean, I'm up here updating you on all of the exciting DIY tea, but I feel like I'm missing out on the world of true crime. You may not know this, but Amy is a true crime aficionado. Oh, and I had a follow-up question.
Okay, follow it.
In your husband's role as, like, he's city commissioner, ward.
He's a city councilman.
He's a city councilman
Right.
by night, and he works the police evidence room by day.
Yes.
So in his dual role as Bethany crime fighter, does he ever give you any information about, like, ongoing crime? Not like he's not part of an investigation, but just something that he observes or overhears that then you're like...
He did tell me about an Oklahoma City police officer who is like a higher ranking dude got arrested for a DUI.
I did hear something about that.
By somebody from his own department.
Oh.
Which I thought, I'm thinking that's got to be awkward.
Yeah. And then,
Scissors, please.
like, how, oh wait, how drunk would you have to be that someone who reported to you wouldn't just let you off with a warning?
Well, I said to him, well, that guy must not be very well liked. Because he's been with the department over 30 years.
The boss or the guy who did the arresting?
The guy who was arrested. And so he said, well, I've never really heard, he said, I've heard worse about other people. So, I don't know.
See,
what are the politics of that? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like if Chris said, I've heard worse about other people, that is just a segue for me to say, what have you heard? And about who? Like, share. Don't hoard all of that. We inquiring minds. Yeah. Of course, Chris knows how I am, so probably he would never
start the conversation.
He wouldn't even go down that. He'd be like, no news is good news. Yeah. So I like that.
He did tell me about a big, not a mannequin, but like a big doll, human-sized, that was kind of over by like the Copa, and it was just laying on the side of the road. So they were getting calls about a body, and so they went and got it, and it was just a big, just a big mannequin type doll.
Oh.
And now it's down in his basement,
in the evidence locker.
Yeah. And he was like, and I had to move that creepy thing around.
Oh me, that's the worst.
I know. Which is actually a kind of a joke among the true crime community, that when people say they see a body and then they're like, well, and I just thought it was a mannequin, and they're like, it's never a mannequin.
Yeah, and like, how often do you actually see mannequins just laying around? Although,
but now it's a mannequin.
Yeah, it's a mannequin. When I was in Tucson a year ago in May, one Saturday or Sunday, my sister and I were driving around, and there was a person walking across the street with a mannequin that partially I don't want to say dismembered, like they took it apart, but it wasn't fully assembled.
Okay.
In a shopping cart with other things, and there was like the torso and one arm sticking out, and then like the leg was sticking out the other direction.
Okay.
And I did think about that. It's, this is one of those situations where let's drive around the block and get a second look, because what if this is a person in distress? Never a mannequin. But this time it really was a mannequin.
Sometimes it is a mannequin.
I think I have a picture of it on my phone. So if I have a picture of it on my phone, I'll drop it in so you can see this mannequin in a shopping cart situation. Only in Tucson, except mannequin on the street here in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see your. I like it. I like the knot. It is interesting. It's kind of like a boho vibe with the macrame feel.
Yeah, that's totally what I was going for.
That's totally what you're going for. And like, what do you plan on putting in yours? If not,
I'm going to put
DIY
paper clips.
Paper clips. See, I feel like these would be good for like an office. You could put paper clips or.
I'm taking it to my desk at work.
Rubber bands, staples.
Well, I have too many rubber bands. I have to have a bigger container for that.
Okay, all right.
Every day the mail comes in rubber bands.
Ah, okay. So our next trash to treasure, because I did say we have two, involves books.
And yeah, this one is definitely trash.
And Amy and I had a conversation. I let it off and I said, how do you feel about crafts that involve books?
And I was
And
like,
she was like, are we going to rip it apart?
I'm not entirely comfortable.
As a former library aide.
But then when I saw what book it is,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, it's not like we're ripping pages out. It's still readable if you wanted to read it. I mean, I do have some crafts that involve ripping pages out, but that's not what this is. But so, you know, a lot of these books, when you take the dust covers off, you have these nice cloth-bound books that you could stack, you know, for a vignette, except the aesthetic of your vignette is marred by the gold writing that says what the book was. But a hack, this is also a hack video. A hack.
You're a what?
Is that you can use acetone or acetone nail polish remover and gently rub, here you go, the gold lettering on the back of your book, and it'll just come right off. And I did test this to make sure that it wasn't going to be like a...
Oh, like we started, it's like, oh, it's not working.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. A little pre-planning.
Yeah. Not much, because I don't want to ruin our brand, which is...
It is a brand.
Although, I'm getting lots of blue,
Yeah.
but still the gold. But yours came right off.
Yeah, it did. Well, because this is a non-porous surface.
I'm going to give you the second one to work on.
Oh, that's problematic. Yeah, I need a fresh cotton. Thank you.
Don't tell Kathleen that I'm using her fingernail polish remover.
It's okay. She'll never watch
She'll never watch it. She won't. She won't mind. And as she and Matthew are on a cooking thing right now, I mean, they're chefs, they cook all the time, but they're on they're preparing for some stuff. They got a lot of cooking things going on. She's not actively wearing nail polish, so.
Are they doing another competition?
They are going to compete at the World Food Competition in October, November.
Okay.
But she has a craft fair. See, both of yours came off, and I'm here scrubbing away at this one. She has a craft fair coming up on Mother's Day. So
maybe I'm just better at it than you are.
You heard it here first. Amy Powell.
Who knew I could actually be better at, in some capacity of crafts than you are?
Right? Scrubba, scrubba, scrubba. So yeah, when they're doing foodie stuff, they're not
So what are we
painting
going
their
to do
nails.
with this?
Well, so you can actually choose. The idea was that, so there's a trend where people take stickers and they write messages on the back of the books like eat, pray, love, or I did a video that said wash your hands, and I'll drop the link in the comment box, day drinking and crafting video during the pandemic, where I covered the books in paper and then I just wrote on the covers, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
But yeah, so there's that. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, I don't know. If that's your vibe, I love you for it. But, you know, they're saying...
Maybe some of these.
No. They're saying that written messages, that's probably good enough.
Yeah.
Like, signs on the wall that say things like gather. No offense to my sister who has a sign on her wall that says gather. That's sort of going on the way out. Unless that's your vibe and you love it.
Oh.
But, so other things.
Mo thinks that stuff is so funny. And so when I was on a trip somewhere and I was in a gift shop and there was a coffee cup that said stressed, blessed, and coffee obsessed. So I took a picture of it and sent it to her and said, I just got you a gift. And she answered back, what the live, laugh, love is this?
That's funny because my sister's bakery, their fall shirts from last year said stressed, blessed, gluten-free, obsessed.
Oh, okay.
But it's a bakery,
Yeah.
and that is completely the vibe of the
what the live, laugh, love.
what the live, laugh, love. Yeah. So we have a choice. We could. I'm gonna give you some options. Okay, so on the green one, you could use some of these rub-off transfers, like maybe the little flowers, on the back. Or it wouldn't work on the darker ones.
Are we doing this to the spine?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that when we take all 3 books and stack them together, it's like like we could take the butterfly stencils and butterfly stencil across the back of all 3, so that when you have the books laying out, you have the same aesthetic. Or alternately, I had thought with the flamingos, like you could decoupage the flamingos to the spine, and then like it would look cute in Matthew's room. Because he has my son Matthew has a shirt, like a mint shirt with pink flamingos, and he has a pair of mint jeans and some socks that match, and it's sort of like an aesthetic for him for a minute. I'm leaning kind of towards the butterfly
that's a
stencil.
good idea.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna want to hold these together.
I kind of feel like it would go a little better if you had rubber band. I have so many at work that could have been helpful.
Let's see if we have any rubber. Oh, I have tape.
Yeah,
And I have cord and hot glue.
Yeah, let's see the tape. We could just take the bottom and the top, like right across here.
Yeah. Problem solving.
We'll do it so people can see what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And this is that good painter's tape, so it'll
Come right off.
come right off.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Okay, will you look in the big bucket of paint
Well, yes, I will, Judson.
and choose
What is in this big bucket of paint?
choose some colors for us? Like, what do you want to do? Something springy?
Trying to think what would go.
That orange?
I don't know. You tell me.
Or maybe yellow?
Yeah.
Maybe a purple? Or a light blue?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Oh, I should have.
Sticking some kind of pastel.
What do I have over here? I have green, orange,
Like
and
this?
gold. Yeah, that's my Tiffany blue.
I think you need tape again.
Yeah. So yeah, what the live, life, love, and what the.
What the live, laugh, love is this?
So do you want to like center it, or do you just
I'm
want to like?
thinking, wouldn't it be cooler if they were like?
Oh,
Because if you're gonna set them down.
true. You're right. They should probably go. Yeah. Let's put it at the most awkward angle.
Okay.
I feel like that's probably.
I'm all about that.
So. Did you hear about Jerry Springer?
I saw somebody posted RIP.
yes, apparently he has passed away of pancreatic cancer or prostate cancer, some kind of ugly cancer. And people are, saying
It's
how
like, did he die of bad taste?
are, coming out.
But that's
and,
way worse.
Yeah, expressing, what he meant to the TV community, or, to them, like I don't know, like he
Yeah.
gave a voice to some issues that maybe, people didn't know about. But it's a slippery slope. I mean, it's the thing where, like, he was one of the few people that had trans people on TV, in the 90s.
But
And on the other hand, he made it a big joke, and he profited off of it like crazy. And
oh, speaking of true crime, about the guy that was murdered after he appeared on Sally Jesse. Are you familiar with this?
way back, yeah, like when I was working in the call center, so like they brought him on and said it was a secret crush, and it turned out to be like a neighbor who was a guy, and then the dude who had been exposed on TV.
Well, the thing is that he said on TV, "I'm not interested."
Yeah.
And it was no big deal, but
then he got mad about it later.
Yeah, it did turn into something different for him. So he felt the need to murder the guy with the crush.
Yeah.
Which is upsetting.
Yes. Is there another angle to this? Like, is there a podcast I'm missing about?
Well, there's a documentary about it.
Okay.
I was interested in the side of it where what's her name?
Sarah Jesse Raphael.
Sarah Jesse. That she was sued over it. And did that show bear any responsibility or liability? And ultimately, they said no.
So, all right. So I have a paper plate, a little palette, put some paint on it, and I loaded it on the little dauber thing. So here's the thing about stencils is that stuff can get underneath and bleed. So you don't want it to be like super, super wet, and you don't want to just take like a paintbrush and be, where's my paintbrush? Just be like all, because it won't turn out. But you just like lightly daub there.
Okay.
Let me put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing.
I don't know. Could be more fun if you don't.
Right. The end results might be.
It's a whole new result at the end.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely be surprised no matter what. Years ago, when Paul was little, you'll like this. And we were living in that brick house.
Mm-hmm.
And my son was like 5, maybe 4 or 5. And we painted his bedroom because he managed to pull the wallpaper. It was painted over wallpaper, and he managed to get a finger under the paint and under the wallpaper, and then he managed to pull the wallpaper off of the wall, whole wall. So we painted his bedroom, and we painted one wall blue, one wall yellow, one wall green, and one wall red. And it was a process that took several days, and I would only use one color at a time, and wait for it to completely dry before I moved on to the next color, because I figured I could probably do it, but because little hands were helping, I wanted to make sure that but every time he would walk in the room, he would do this fake reveal, like it was on switching places or changing rooms, or one of those home improvement shows where he would go and he would go every single time, even though if nothing had changed in 2 days, he would come in and he'd be like, Papa. It was just so funny. It's like my niece, when she was little, every time she'd take a drink of anything, she'd be like, take a drink. Like she was in a Coca-Cola commercial or a beer commercial. All right, so changing colors to yellow. Maybe I have a little too much yellow on that. Just kind of dab, 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 dab. But I thought you would appreciate the home improvement.
What? Oh my heavens! Look at this.
This isn't what we signed up for.
Oh yeah, I saw a couple of those.
Those were the best.
They were. I can't believe you did this to my house.
I often thought when we were living in that house and then when we were living in the blue house that like I looked a couple of times to see what the qualifications for that we should do a trading places with you guys, that would have been. But we didn't live anywhere near one another. And honestly.
And it would have been like the poorest house edition.
But I was like, we could get lucky. We could get the one where instead of being like $1,000, it's like $1 million.
Oh, okay. Extreme home.
But no, we'd be like, for $100, the two of you are going to completely remodel each other's homes.
And it's like
for $100.
Yeah.
Not each, just like whoever can spend it first. So. But yeah, no, we didn't live anywhere near close enough, and
I feel like they did it for $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah,
because they were able to buy paint and maybe a few little things.
Mm-hmm.
That was the fun of it, was that it was so low budget.
Yeah. They also make, this is just obviously a very simple stencil that I got at the Dollar Tree because it's budget friendly. Mm-hmm. But they also make these fancy like silk screen stencils that it's a silk screen and it's reusable, and they give you like a paste that you scrape across, and
my
yeah. So I do think sometimes about investing in something like that. All right, are you ready for the reveal?
Yes, I am ready.
Whenever they do, let me show you up here. Whenever they do these in the DIY videos, they go, oh, this is the most satisfying part.
Aww,
I don't hate it.
That came out pretty nice.
Oh, you peel this off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we should probably dry it. But yeah, it's butterflies. It's very springy, and you just, can set it on your table for a little vignette, or set it on the mantle and then put like objects on top, like little cups. DIY carrots. You can't see, I'm scrambling down here. DIY carrots. I mean, I'll post a better picture, obviously. We'll drop a better picture in down here. But, I don't hate it. I like how it turned out. So, yeah. Trash to treasure. It cost me like practically $0. Well, it cost me $0. The books were free. I swiped Kathleen's nail polish remover.
You had the paint.
I had the paint. I did have to buy the stencil. Ooh, I turned it wrong side down on the thing. The alcohol, of course. I feel like I should include the alcohol in the cost of the crafts.
No.
So yeah, this is your trash to treasure. Coming up in the future, we have. I'm still hot on the thrift flip, where I have to go to the thrift store and get something that then we flip.
Okay. How are we gonna sell it? Like on Facebook?
I don't think that's required. I mean, we could. Oh, I have a dupe. So dupes are the other thing where you look at something that you're like, ooh, I like that $500 thing. Uh-huh. But I can make it out of Dollar Tree items for less. So I saw something on Facebook Marketplace that is $10 that I was like, I could spend $10 on this thing that I don't think I really want or need. Or this is something I could totally make out of things from the Dollar Tree. Excellent. But I think I could do it for less than $10. Excellent. But maybe not to scale. But yeah, I have a dupe. Also, I've been following these closet confessions. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Trini Whitmore, or think that's her name, Trini Whitmore. Carla Rockmore, Trini Whit something. Trini was on the British version of What Not to Wear, I believe.
Okay.
Which I know you're familiar with What Not to Wear.
I've seen that, yes.
Lived in fear that we might turn you in on that.
Yes, I did.
That 100% would have been an Erica thing. Her sister Erica would have been like, my sister's wardrobe needs an upgrade. Let's put her on TV.
Yes. There was always that big reveal that no, everybody
you know in your life thinks you're dressed
look really
terrible.
bad.
But so I think that's who the Trini person is. Carla Rockmore, I'm not sure what she does. She has a jewelry company, but where they like basically talk about stuff in their closet, or like what do you do with like if you're going on a little getaway for a weekend, packing for a weekend trip, like, and so they pull all this stuff out of their closets, or like they'll do like, how do you make, I have this
sounds terrible.
skirt that I have a skirt that I just love to wear, but it's just no longer, fashionable. So what do you do? And then like you wear palazzo pants underneath it, or you add a long flowy top. Or the Carla Rockmore one I like a little bit better because she just is like, it doesn't have to go with everything. This is a pair of boots I splurged on and I wear them all the time, and it doesn't have to go with, it's the one flashy thing. But yeah, so like maybe we'll do a closet confession. I won't, like, I'll show you things from my closet. I'm not gonna attack you and your aesthetic, or
yeah, I hear you.
Or closet confession was one. The other thing is I'll save this one for next time. But
Okay.
I've been like, there's a whole thing where people who do DIY and other things, like the Monarch Mom that we talked about the other day. I think that she also does, or maybe she just has butterflies in her yard so she posts videos about butterflies, I think, or it could be someone else. But someone posts, some people they do DIYs, but they're also like a homesteader. So they talk about homesteading. And anyway, yeah,
here's
our craft. Stay tuned for more. Click like, follow, subscribe, share. Let me know which of the crafts you liked better, the little cups or the little things. If you think I talk too much, you should definitely let us know in the comments. Comments are appreciated, but not required. What are the other things the kids say?
I think that's it.
What in the live, laugh, love?
Bye.